Hello. My screen doesn't want to come up because my whole life's a fucking mess. Ah, there it is. Boom. What's up? Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Amber, what's up? Amber's never tired, but also Amber is West Coast, so to us it feels like she's awake really late, but she's just like awake just as late as all of us stay up, but like on her time. So, yeah, Amber's like a normal person in our standards because we're all like super late nighters. Um, Hello, what's up? I just came back from my LGS because my LGS, I play Commander on Fridays, in person. Yeah, it's not even 11 for you. It's 1:45 a.m. for me. So, um, yeah. Amber be sleeping in though. Amber usually goes to bed at like 3 a.m. and I also usually go to sleep at like 3 a.m. And in the summer when I don't work, I sleep in similarly to Amber, but I'm back to work now. So I have to go to sleep. I usually go to sleep around like 2. That's pretty typical for me on a work night. And then I wake up at like 6:30, 7 a.m. And then I just never sleep, which sucks. Um, so that's my life. I'm having a beer. I'm not sponsored, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's an Einstock Icelandic toasted porter, but I also picked up a Great Lakes Edmund Fitzgerald porter. So my number two beer later will be one of these. So I picked up a Dominaria box and I just took the plastic off, but I haven't opened anything else yet. But the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about pre-release because I did a pre-release draft today, and I'm not a very good drafter. Hey Lord, hello and good night, good evening, hello, good day. I'm not a great drafter. I also don't have a lot of experience drafting. I have only drafted my first draft was New Capenna, and I've only drafted a few times since. I mostly drafted like at cons. So I drafted Baldur's Gate a couple times, and it was sealed, but it was a pre-release kit. So everybody got a kit, and you did your own. It wasn't like Commander or anything, but yeah. I um I didn't look anything up ahead of time. So I didn't really know like what people's strategies were going to be. I don't really care about winning. I just like wanted to see the cards in this set and how they play. I also spilt beer on myself, and I didn't want to stain this brand new shirt because it's expensive for a t-shirt. It's also really, really, really hard to get because it's sold out in like minutes and you can't get it anymore. It's the Brain Dead Magic collab. And of course, it's beige and I'm irresponsible, so I spilled beer on it and I tried to wash it off. So if you're like, what the fuck is that? It's my stupidity, is what it is. So, anywho, what I did with the pre-release kit is I opened up all the packs, I divided it by color. Phew, excuse me. Phew, excuse me. I divided it by color, and then I looked at briefly, thank you, Logan. I looked briefly at the number of creatures first in each color, and the legendaries are the only ones that are really like multicolor. But in this set, a lot of the solid color creatures have a different color kicker. Um, so I'll show you what that looks like, but this is an example. Yavimaya Iconoclast. It's a green pip to play. Sorry, it's not focusing, and there's a glare because life. All right, so Yavimaya Iconoclast. It looks like a green, but it's a red kicker. So There's a couple legendaries that have like multicolor, but otherwise the creatures are single color, but their kicker cost is a different color. So that's something that you have to pay attention to when drafting. So I divided everything by color, and I looked at the colors that I had the most creatures in, the most playable creatures, and then I went from there. And I was initially going to just, oh look, Nightbot's working. Good for me, I fixed it. um Look at me teching. Yeah, so the most creatures and the most interaction that I had in my polls from my pre-release kit were Gruul. So I was initially intending to just do red green. However, believe it or not, my best removal spells were in black. So I decided to potentially splash in black. But then when I looked at the number of creatures, I had pretty even amounts of everything. So I ended up with even amounts of every color. So I'm going to take out the lands. I did accidentally steal my LGS's lands. I'll have to give them back. I don't think they'll care. I mean, they know I'm not gone. They pretty much sponsor me, so they know I'm not like gone forever, but they are, yeah, if they really want them, they can have them back. But I was able to put a pretty even smattering of lands in because my colors were well evenly distributed. So I had one dual land that I pulled. It was the Wooded Ridgeline. And then I put in 5 forests, 5 swamps, 5 mountains. And it worked out really well. I actually had really good mana throughout. There were a couple times I was like starved of a color, but it didn't like really make or break. I know I stole some basics like hardcore, but I'm there all the time, so they know I'm good for it. So I'll try to divide it by color. I only took 3 legendaries. And I'll tell you what I think the stars were for me. The 3 legendaries I put in my deck. 2 Gruul. It's a Maria, Scholar of Antiquity. It's tap untapped non-token artifact you control and add a forest. Tap 2 non-token artifacts you control and exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. However, I didn't really play artifacts. I just really liked the creature, and I like that it's a 3/3, and, you know, I put it in there. It didn't really do anything in this particular deck, but I know that in Commander, it would be really good. This is a goblin that interests me. I actually I made a post on Twitter the other day that I wanted to make a goblin deck, and this is great because I love creatures with menace, and this creature put in a lot of work for me. He's a 3/3 with menace. Whenever he attacks, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land, you put it onto the battlefield tapped, and if you didn't put a land onto the battlefield tapped with him, then you create a 1/1 goblin. So hey Trenton, glad to see you here. He put in a lot of work for me, and he made some gobos, which was really fun. So I really like him, and he's like a creature that I'm thinking about building, which is crazy because like this is my least played 2 colors ever, but I'm really interested in making a goblin deck. Initially, I was going to make it mono red, but this is an option that I'm really enjoying. So it's high on my list. And this other creature is also a good option. Bortuk Bone Rattle. Oh, thank you. I actually just did my fingernails. They're spider web stickers, like nail polish stickers. So I did them the other day. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. And yeah, this art is really cool. I love the stained glass art. So Bortuk Bone Rattle is has domain. This is a new um I guess my brain is shot. Whatever ability. When Bortuk Bone Rattle enters the battlefield, if you cast it, choose a target creature card in your graveyard, return it to the battlefield. If its mana value is less than or equal to the number of basic land types among lands you control, otherwise put it into your hand. And this was really useful because I had 3 basic land types, so as long as the creature was 3 or less, it would go right onto the battlefield, and if not, it would go into my hand. So this was a pretty valuable card to have, and really cool if you're doing like graveyard effects and ETB things in Commander. I'm gonna start with the red cards, I think. All right. These are the red cards I chose for my deck. As far as creatures, this is a 2-drop Sprouting Goblin. It has a kicker that's green, and when it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, you can search your library for a land card with a basic land type, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. And you can pay 1 red to sacrifice a land and draw a card. So this is pretty good for the cost. Coalition Warbrute. There's another ability thing that's kind of new, is Enlist. And it says, as this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness, and when you do, you add its power to this creature's until the end of turn. So it's a 3/4, but let's say I had like a 5/5 on the board and I didn't want to swing with it. I could tap the 5/5, give this +5, and it has trample. So it's really productive. This card also has Enlist, so you can do the same thing with it. But instead of trample, what it does is when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. And it's if you've given it Enlist, like if you've given it a power from something else. Hey, Randy, welcome in. If you've given it power from something else, then it would deal that much damage to like any other target. It could kill any other target like just from dying, which is great. Goblin Picker is a 2-drop, and if you pay a red, you can discard a card to draw a card. So it's constant card draw while it stays alive, and it's a 2/2. So it's not like super easy to kill. This is expensive, but very, very valuable. It is a 4-drop to play sorcery plus 3 additional to kick. So it's 1 red pip, 3 colorless, and 1 black pip, 2 colorless to kick. It allows you to gain control of a target creature until the end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until the end of turn. And if it was kicked, you sacrifice the creature at the beginning of the next end step. So you can steal a creature, attack somebody with that creature immediately, and then force it to be sacrificed. So not only are you removing the creature, but you're using it against them. So it is fucking nasty. It is expensive, but by the time you have enough to cast it, so like say turn 5 to 7, big enough, nasty enough shit is out by then. So this is a great time to remove it, and it is like so good and so strong. So if you're playing anything with red black, it honestly is really valuable. I found this to be one of the greatest pieces of removal in all of my pre-release games, and I went 4 rounds. So like 4 rounds of 3 games. So this put in work for me. This is also good. It's a 1-drop instant. Target creature gets +2/-2 until the end of turn. I gotta be honest, I never used the +2. I only used it to remove 2/2 creatures or whatever. Like, I used it to -2 something that I didn't like. Um, that's all. So I'm sure there's better value for the +2 portion, but there wasn't anything big enough in this set in Dominaria that I wanted to like +2 myself. Um, a lot of my creatures were like 2 toughness, so if I +2'd them, I would kill them because it's +2/-2. So I don't know. I use this as removal more than anything else. And those were the red cards I picked. Now I'm gonna go on to the green cards because believe it or not, I think the biggest value I got in my deck in Jund were the black cards. So I'm gonna leave that for last. But let me catch up on the chat because I've been talking. Thank you, Greatest Virtue, for saying that my deck looks solid. It played really well. I was really proud of it. I know you said how strong would you say Dominaria is? I wouldn't say I can't say enough yet. But I think there are definitely strong pieces in it. I have to see it play more than I did tonight. But I did get to play a lot against colors that I wasn't playing. I'm always tempted to build white. I just didn't have good enough white pulls. But I did play against some people that were playing Azorius or Esper, excuse me, and did really well with their decks. White, typical things like lifelink, especially in a draft, that is pretty damning for me because I would be doing really well, but then they would just be gaining the life back. And it's like, if I didn't have the right removal for it, I just didn't have the answer. So, it just depends on the combination of things. I think that there's a lot that can make things pretty strong in this. Oh no, your pre-release got delayed. I think there were a lot of distribution issues. My LGS actually got a lot in damaged, which they're like trying to fix. So they got a lot of promos in damaged and stuff arrived wrong, and like promo cards that they were supposed to get arrived in German or something like that. Like, it was like crazy, but I was like, I'll take one, you know? So we'll see what happens. But they did have enough product, but like they were shorter than they thought they would be. All right, green. I will start with the creatures. It was mostly creatures. I put in Sunbathing Rootwalla, and a lot of these creatures are really low cost too. So that was super efficient because things cost really cheaply to play. Sunbathing Rootwalla, it has domain if you pay additional 4 for it, which you can do anytime, and it's not a tap ability, so you can just pay it anytime. Until the end of turn, Sunbathing Rootwalla gets +1/+1 for each basic land type among lands you control. Activate only once each turn. I controlled 3 basic land types, so it made this guy a 5/5, which was great. Great for blocking, great for attacking, especially if you removed stuff. He performed pretty well. A Bog Badger, he costs 3 to play and 1 to kick. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, creatures you control gain menace until the end of turn. So that's pretty useful. But he's a 3-drop to play, and you're tempted to play him early on, but he's more beneficial once you've played a bunch of creatures. And if it was hard to, like, in drafting, to play a bunch of creatures and not have any of them removed, and like I'd have to wait to cast him. So there were sometimes I cast him and it just like there weren't many creatures. It only gave like 1 creature menace, which is fine, but like you really want him when you have a bunch of other creatures out. It makes it better. This guy is a 4-drop. He's a 4/4 tree folk with reach. Just vanilla. Doesn't do anything else. Pretty standard. Snare Spinner. I didn't get to play this much, but I feel like it's a really valuable card. It's a 1/3 with reach. And whenever it blocks a creature with flying, it gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. So it becomes a 3/3 when it blocks. Yavimaya Iconoclast. I showed this earlier. It's a 2-drop with 1 red kicker. It has trample, and when it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it gets +1/+1 and gains haste. So you can kick it, play it immediately, and it's a 4/3. So that's really good early on. Deathbloom Gardener, I put 2 of these in here. It's a 1/1 with Death Touch, and it adds a mana of any color. So this was pretty useful. Great blocker, good mana source. And I put this enchantment, this saga in. It has read ahead, so you can choose to start at 2 if you want, or you can start at 1, but 1 and 2 do the same thing. And what it does is look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-saga permanent from among them, put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And then on the third step is you put up to 2 non-saga permanents from your hand onto the battlefield, no cost. This wasn't as valuable in my draft deck as it can be because I wasn't playing high mana cost things. But if you're playing high mana cost things, this gets at least 2 things onto the battlefield for free if it doesn't get removed beforehand. And the last color that I added, I'm showing you last because I felt like it brought me the most value. I'll start with the creatures. Tattered Apparition. It's a flyer. So it costs 4 to play. It's a 2/2 flying. If you pay 2, it gets an additional 1/1 until the end of turn. So you can do that at blocking or you can do that at attacking. But it's basically a 3/3. Flying. These 2 little buddies got so much play. They won me games. And they are common. And they put in fucking work. They are a 1-drop, and for an additional 1, they gain Death Touch until the end of turn. So they are 1/1 flyers. People often don't have a response for flyers, but especially Death Touch. So I put 2 of them in there. They did so well that one person that I played against was so hurt by this card that after our first round, they went into their sideboard and swapped out for this card and added it to their deck. And I was like, you motherfucker. Anywho, thanks, Bobby. Thanks, Bobby, so much. The bug is wild. The bug really is. Battlefly Swarm. And he's cute, too. Like, it's a really cute card. So, I love this bug. Phyrexian Rager, when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card and lose a life. So he does cost you a life. There are a lot of black cards that lose life. I didn't put any of them in here except for this one, just because I thought card draw was good. Hey, Bear, welcome in. I'm so glad to see you. I think we're gonna talk about games soon. Okay, I miss you. All right, and the pieces of removal, the best pieces of removal were this sorcery. It's kind of a board wipe, but, you know, at least it was in this format. Drag to the bottom. It costs 4 to cast, and each creature gets -S -X until the end of turn, where X is 1 plus the number of basic land types among lands you control. At this point, I had 3 basic land types, so this -4, -4s, everything, including your own creatures, unfortunately. But it's a pretty good board wipe. And this is an instant for 4. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. If its mana value was 3 or less, you also gain 3 life. So you can destroy the creature, and if it was nasty but cheap, you also gain life. So it's removal, it's life gain, and it did really well. So this is my draft deck. These were I'm going to show you some contenders, some things that I really struggled to take out, but inevitably did. Furious Bellow. It's an instant. It's 2 mana. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains first strike until the end of turn, and you scry 1. The Coalition War Brute. I had 2 of them in there. I took 1 out. Broken Wings is a 3-drop instant, and you can destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. And the Black Saga, it's the Cruelty of Gix. You can also read ahead and skip. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a creature or planeswalker from it, and that player must discard it. You can search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle and lose 3 life. And the last one is put target creature from graveyard onto the battlefield. So I feel like it's good, but it didn't have a whole lot of synergy with what I built. I also did get the fun insect token, which I used as a goblin when I had to make a goblin. So, yeah, the Cruelty of Gix is a nasty card, but it just didn't feel like it had much value in my particular draft deck. But my draft deck did okay. I don't draft often, so I don't expect to perform well, but it did okay. I'm certainly not mad at it, so, you know. I'm proud of it. Oh, my pre-release promo from this was Sten, Paranoid Partition. It's a Zorius, legendary human wizard. As Sten enters the battlefield, choose a card type other than a creature or land. Spells you cast of chosen card type cost 1 less to cast. You can pay a colorless, a white and a blue, to exile him and return him to the battlefield at the beginning of your next end step. So you can blink him and change the card type that you want cost reduced. Yeah, I'm pretty much a 50% queen. And the box topper, or the promo for buying the box for my LGS, was Llanowar Loam Speaker. That's the foil card. Focus. There it is. Yep. So that's what my pre-release was. And I was there for what seemed like for fucking ever. But here we are. We're good. Did anybody else pre-release today, or on Arena, or something? I'm trying to catch up on the chat. Rob, did you say mail the bug? You want the bug? The bug is common. You'll probably pull it. It's like, it's gonna be in everything. But that bug is sick. No joke, everybody like harps on the rares and the mythics and like all the things that like gain value, but like there's so much value in commons. Like, people underestimate cards that cost nothing and can be so good in the right deck, you know? Let's see what the box topper is. I'm always so scared to the plastic is so hard to rip, and I'm like, I'm gonna fuck up the card inside. This is so, I'm tempted to just cut it. Oh boy, that was a close one. Alright, General Marhault Elsdragon. I hate when I get legendary creatures because I feel like they're just gonna be like common commanders, you know, like, and I'm like, is there value in this? Oh yeah, I pre-ordered online too, Bio, because I'm a fucking psycho. So I pre-ordered and I'll get it next week, but I also got 2 boxes at my LGS today because I wanted one to open right now because I've got the fucking itch, but I also agreed that with Beth that I would buy a box so that we could stream on Monday. So if anybody's not doing anything Monday evening, Beth, Queen of Cardboard, and I are going to build a deck live from a sealed box. So I bought an additional box of Dominaria, and I will be unboxing it and building a deck from it live on Sunday, and hopefully we'll get to play it. Thank you. Thank you for the good vibes. I hope so too. I actually don't know. I know like there were some things in like some sets that you could only get if they were collector boosters or whatever. I have no idea what's like exclusive to collectors in this particular set, but you know, there's nothing I'm chasing. I'm just like hoping for good stuff. All right. This is a really cool art card. It is the Prayer of Binding card. Shiny Forest. I'm so tempted to look ahead. Ah, the badger's fucking cute as fuck. All right. That's the token. It's a badger, because Honey Badger don't give a shit. Look at him. Fucking stinko. All right. I'll just put legendaries over here. Okay. We have sorcery, impede momentum. Tattered apparition, destroy evil. The white cards are pretty good. This is a 2-drop removal, so we like that. Artillery blast, love song of night and day. There is a bunch of sagas in this. Balmor, battle mage captain, battlewing mystic, Garna, bloodfist, Raff, weatherlight, stalwart, Llanowar, green widow, and a foil Talarian terror. I'm gonna separate out at least the legendaries, because I want to know what the fuck I'm building next. So I'll sort another day, but I'll separate out the legendaries for now, and the lands and the tokens. Wow. Oh my god, this little buddy inside is so cute. Look at him. Basking. Fucking precious. Look at his little smirk. Aww. Rob, I know you like sagas. So good. Alright. We have a knight that has protection from red. That seems pretty useful. The art card is Aster, Bearer of Blades, and it's the stained glass art. I have a stained glass island. Yay. I think the only stained glass land I got from my pre-release was a mountain. So, but they seem to be few and far between. I didn't see too many people with them. Night, Rob. This is early for you. Pixie Illusionist. This is blue with a green kicker. Voda Sea Scavenger. I'm gonna read through them, but like tell me if there's something that you want me to read or spend more time on. Contaminated Aquifer is a dual land. Molten Tributary is a dual land. Rona, Shieldred's Faithful. I love the art on this because she looks like so real. It's crazy. It looks like a photo almost. I love her. Shieldred's Restoration. Rada, Coalition Warlord. Balmor. Maria, that's the one that taps artifacts. And the foil Goblin Picker. Let's see. We have a Sand Warrior. It's a 1/1. Yes, Tren. Hey, Tren. Ah, thank you so much, Donnie. Yes, you can has. I think there's something else. Am I supposed to mail you a Traxos or something? I only have one. So I'll have to try to get another one. Thanks so much, Donnie. You're a gem. Um, this is a Liliana of the Veil art. She looks so stern. She looks actually kind of old in this, but yeah, the Sand Warriors look so cool. What's up, Nate? Welcome in. Donnie. All right, we have a foil mountain. A blue pirate, and she's fucking cute too. She kind of looks a little like Lua. I'm gonna have to tell her. It's Talus Lookout. Salvaged mana worker. It's 2, pay 1, add 1 mana of any color. Coalition Warbrute, Furious Bellow, Hurler Cyclops, Sprouting Goblin. Hey, thank you, Greatest Virtue. Thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it. She looks distinguished. She does look a little older though, no, in that art. Ruler Bonds, the Goblin. This is the not fun art that I had. This is the coolest card I have seen so far. Urg, Spawn of Turg. This feels so me. It's a frog beast. It looks like a creature from the Black Lagoon, and you say it like Urg, Spawn of Turg. Thank you for resubscribing, Logan. I'm like trying to read the name. I'm like, who did that? Thanks so much, Logan. You're a fucking gem. Erg Spurn of Turg. I want to read this because I need to know what he does because now I just want him for my own. Urg Spurn of Turg's power is equal to the number of land cards in your graveyard. That sounds fucking terrifying. Why would you want to put land cards in your graveyard? Thanks, Bio. Thanks so much for the bits. I appreciate it. Oh, we have a hype train coming. A hype train coming. Fucking subscribe to me so the train keeps coming. Just kidding. I'm not that hype. I'm like tying you to the tracks kind of train person. Like, you know, like that's my train. Erg Spirit of Turg is a Ferg. Yep. Yeah, so put lands in your graveyard and he gets real beefy. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard. Sacrifice a land and gain 2 life. So basically just Urg Spurn of Turg and 99 lands. That sounds good to me. That sounds like a deck I've built it. I win. The answer is I win. Okay, I'm just going to make Urg Spurn of Turg and like 15 removal spells and then like the rest lands. That's pretty genius. I feel like the deck built itself. Thank you, Urg. I'm almost not even kidding about that, honestly. Hey, thanks so much for gifting subs. I appreciate you so much, Donnie. Level 2 hype train. Level 2 hype train. Oh my god. This is so awesome. Was it Tori's? I don't know. I didn't see everybody's preview card. I feel like I fell off the earth when everybody was previewing their cards and like maybe I was in Disney. I don't remember. I think so. I think that must have been it because I like was barely on Twitter and barely on my phone. This is super pretty too. It's Nael Avizoa Aeronaut. Yeah, I don't know what anybody's preview cards were because I missed everything. Yay, a timeless lotus! I really wanted this. I'm like shouting. Bio, thank you so much for gifting subs. We're on a level 2 hype train, a level 2 hype train. There's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Ah! Thanks for subbing with Prime. Thank you for using your Prime to sub. I appreciate you so much. Look at all these wacky emojis. Bleh. I hope this is like still working and not lagging. Thanks for cheering, Bits. What did you want, Amber? Which one? The Timeless Lotus. I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy about it. This is going in. Thanks for cheering, Bits. We're so close. I know my PC is. I know my PC lags because it's too much excitement. Thank you. We did it. Level 3 hype train. Level 3 hype train. Um. Yes, my computer can't handle all the shit that I have put on it. Um, but here we are. Just bear with me. My shit sucks. Just bear with me. But thank you so much for a level 3 hype train. I appreciate it. Timeless Lotus is going in my Ramos deck. Um, Listen, Robert. Don't be a dick. Um, Sunlit Marsh, a foil. This is pretty. So let me explain something to the good folks of the interwebs that don't know a thing or two about my situation. Hey, I'm so glad to see you, James. I like never see you anymore. I'm welcome in. I'm glad to see you. I uh I'm distracted. I It is a really cute Charmander. Um I never ever thought I would be a streamer ever. I didn't plan on it. I didn't think about it. I didn't wake up one day and say, "Hey, you know what I should do? I should stream." Like never thought about it. So I kind of fell into streaming. I When I bought a laptop, I bought it for work and nothing more. So I bought a Mac because it handles documents and paperwork really well and doesn't often get um viruses. Hey Jen, welcome in, or anything like that. So I bought a Mac for practical reasons and never ever imagined that I would ever be gaming or streaming. And I kind of fell into uh guest spotting for a while, and then people kept telling me that I should start my own stream, and so I did. And so I've only been streaming since May, and and yeah, so it's really only a couple months, and I've been traveling all summer, and also I'm super poor, so I can't afford to like buy a whole new computer that costs like thousands of dollars that could handle streaming. Like computers that are meant for this kind of stuff are thousands of dollars, and I really just simply cannot afford it. So, I'm stuck streaming from a Mac laptop, which initially was purchased for work. So there's a lag on my stream sometimes, which is really embarrassing because if I set out to do anything, I want to do it well. And it really actually like I try to downplay it, but it really embarrasses me that like I don't have a stream that's up to par. Because I want people to like enjoy this and not be annoyed by the process, or like not want to watch me anymore because like my shit is like lacking. And so I kind of like want to make sure that people have an enjoyable experience, and it bothers me that my stream lags. But alas, this is the world I'm living in. So, ugh. Um I'm trying to catch up in the chat. I never owned the balls for the Pokeballs anymore. It, like always tells me no. Amber. Logan, I can't afford a PC. I'm just settling into my poverty. Thank you, Amber. Thanks for the support. Yeah, I definitely need something that at least doesn't lag. So, I'm gonna I do like a Frankenstein. If you can Frankenstein some cheap shit, like I'm down for it because like the worse it looks, the better I feel. So yeah. All right, we've got another Liliana of the Veil art card. So if anybody like really wants this art card, it's yours. Forest. And again, I'm going to go quickly, but if there's something that you want me to read or look at, yeah, we got another hype train again. Hype train. Oh no. Hype train success. Yeah. I'm so I don't know what I'm doing. It's very late. It's 2:30 in the morning here. Um Oh, I received a level 2 hype train emote. Psh, cool. Fucking sure. I'll share it. I got a Choco Choco thing. It looks like a cat. I didn't make it, so I take 0 credit, but enjoy it. Good people of the internet. Um All right. Haunting Figment. If there's something you want me to read, please tell me to slow down or stop or whatever. Dual Land, Sacred Peaks. Maria's Outrider. Focus, stupid. Stop looking over there. Look over here. There it is. Thanks, grazie, RT. Yavamaya Steel Crusher. Coalition Sky Knight. Loves me some white flyers. Tura Kennerud Sky Knight. Right? Yeah, I said that. I did it. Protect the Negotiators. Tori. Davenant Fury Rider. This is a cool commander as well. Bortuk Bone Brattle. This is the one that was in my deck, but it wasn't the fun art. It was a different one. Ooh, this is a zaddy if ever I seen one. I can't fucking read Roman numerals this far with an L. I don't know what L is in Roman numerals. So people who math smart, King Darian, the 33rd, 100th. That sounds right. L is 50. So X is 10, right? Then L is 50, V is 5, and then 3. So the 68th. Am I right? 48th. Oh, because the X subtracts. The X in the front subtracts. 48th. Okay, so there's been 48 King Darians. And every single one is Zaddy. We've got a contaminated aquifer foil and a howling mine. I love artifacts and I love howling mine. I have this in a couple things. So I love a howling mine. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I love a list card. Thanks, Donnie. Donnie gonna learn me real good. Mana Cannons is the art card. Roar! Pew pew pew. Oh, there is no token, and I've already looked at what appears to be the list card. Alright, we have a Foil Mountain, Idyllic Beachfront, Tolarian Terror, Automatic Librarian. I kind of want to read it. When it enters the battlefield, scry 2. That's all it does. And it's a 3/2. Did you say what would Jesus do? Is that the J? Academy Wall. Warhost Friendly. There's a lot of stuff with Defender in this set. Sorry. Did you see it? I thought I had it upwards. Did you see it? Did you see the list? Fuck. Sorry, I'm really bad at this. Thanks for watching my stream. I'm bad at things. Garna, Blood Fist of Keld. The Italians killed Jesus? Yo, I don't do religion, sorry. I stopped going to church when I was in second grade. I did my communion, and then I was too smart. Like I was shy, so I talked back, but I was like, I asked a lot of questions, and then like people didn't like that. I was like one of those, but why kids? And they were like, shh, it's fine. And so yeah, I stopped going to church when I was in second grade, and then except for like weddings and shit like that, but like I didn't do anything more than my communion. But I do have those like super Latina like communion pictures with like a rosary around like your lace gloved hands, like Jesus, like so pure. I'm like wearing a tiny wedding dress or something. Oh, they hate questions. They certainly do not like questions. uh Join forces. Pontius Pilate was Italian? Fuck, I don't know. Doesn't even sound Italian. Look, I got another erg to spoon of turg. He's so cute. I really just want to build like an. I'm not even joking when I say I want to build an all lands erg deck. Um, Queen Elenel of Ruadach, elf noble. This is really pretty. Hate elves, but this is really pretty. James, we need to talk religion one day. We need to just like sit around and like drink and talk about like how messed up our lives are. I mean, how awesome it is. Whatever. We no, what I really mean is we should recreate recreate communion pictures together. So get your good suit out. I'll bring the rosaries. We got this. We need like a photo shoot, a redo of our communion, but like now. This is gonna be amazing. All right, Nimata, Primeval Warden. I played against this card, so it does pretty well. It's a 3/4 with reach. It's tree folk. If a creature an opponent controls would die, you exile it instead, and when you do, you create a 1/1 sapperling. You can pay a green to sack the sapperling and give Namada +2 until the end of turn, and you can sack 2 sapperlings to draw a card. So it's pretty tough. I played against it. It's kind of a toughy card. So Curse Colony is the foil, and the spoiler, the list card is Skirk Fire Marshal. He's a Goblin Lord. So I hope nobody was like planning on sleeping, because I'm going through these really slowly, and I'm sorry. Is my shit still lagging? Because I'm not even checking. I've just been watching this in OBS, and like no clue. It says my feed is excellent. So feels good. Feels right in the soul. Oh, sorry about the McDonald's commercial. Yeah, it lags a lot when like all the emojis fly and people like sub, and it gets real like right at the, intense exciting moments. It's like, fuck you. I'm going to fuck your shit up. All right. The art card is Zur, Eternal Schemer, and it's a signed one. That's fun. No token, just garbage. Okay, good. Oh my god, Rob. Forest. Argivian Phalanx. Llanowar Stalker. Impulse. Battle Rage Blessing. There's a lot of instants in this. This is like an instant pack. Fires of Victory. Sorry, I'm leaning away. Phoenix Chick. That sounds so weird. Phoenix Chick. It literally is like a fucking fire chicken. This feels like an Unfinity card. This feels like a joke. But like, I mean, I'm not that mad at it. It's a 1/1 with flying and haste, but it can't block. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may pay 2 red. If you do, return Phoenix Chick from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped and attacking with a 1/1 counter on it. Like, it's so weird. I really feel like this is like a joke, but I love it. I don't know. I just want to put it in everything. If you have a red deck, it needs to be in it. Um, but anyway, Nishoba Brawler, Blight Pile. We have a Lagmos, Hand of Hatred. This looks tough. Soul of Windgrace, the Cat Avatar. And Garna, Blood Fist of Killed. What was the card that Trenton wanted? I don't remember. I have to write it down because I forget everything. I'm gonna try to scroll back. Maybe I'll just message him because I don't remember. I'd put my life on the line for the Phoenix Chick. That literally has me dying. It is so good. That's such a hilarious thing to say. It is really adorable, but like it feels almost comically fake. Like I can't even believe that's a real Magic card. Ah, there you are, Trenton. Thank you. Defiler of Vigor. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I was just trying to remind myself because I'm like, where did it go? I'm gonna write it. Defiler of Vigor. Trenton. I have to go to the post office too, so if I pull it, it's yours. Yeah, catch them Pokemons, bitches. All right. We've got a Saproling. Much, much nicer than the fucking hideous Saprolings of the last set. That was, like, traumatizing. We have a Jedit Ohanin mercenary. He's a cat daddy. If I get it, Trenton, it's yours. I'm unboxing another box and building a deck from it on Monday. So if it's not in this box, I'll check the next box. But yeah. Swamp. Timely interference. Extinguish the light. Enthrall to the pit. Joint exploration. Hero's heirloom. Equipped creature gets 2+2/+1 and trample and haste. It's pretty cool. That might go into a deck or two. I love equipments. Monstrous War Leech. Aaron Benalia's Ruin. We have another Lagamos. Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief. Defiler of Faith. Defiler of Faith. Niall Avizoa Aeronaut. Okay, so no Vigor yet, but we got a Defiler of Faith, so that's a good sign. Ah, yay, Donnie. I'm so glad you caught the Pokemon. I know. White, yo. White be whitin'. Let me catch up on my correspondence. Here we go. So I imagine there's a Defiler in every color, right? Does everybody know what they do? We have a Phyrexian as our token. Um, Iridian Maelstrom. That's it. Pretty cool. Pretty plains. Citizen's Arrest. This art is fucking wild style. Look at this art. This is some like black card energy on a white card. When Citizen's Arrest enters the battlefield, exile target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. It's a 3-drop. I had this used against me a lot today because I was pulling some ugly shit. And so it did not surprise me. It was good. It got rid of one thing, but I mean, I could live without that one thing. You know what I mean? So it was fine. But it's a scary looking card. Negate. Standard. Banalish Sleeper. Vanquisher's Axe. Hero's Heirloom. Monstrous Warleech. Braid's Frightful Return. This saga sounds so awesome. You can read ahead. You may sacrifice a creature. If you do, each opponent discards a card. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and target opponent may sacrifice a non-land, non-token permanent. If they don't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. Yeah. That the saga art is very unhinged. There's a lot of like handprints and hair pulling, and it's kind of crazy. It's pretty funny. Then we have Baird, Argivian Recruiter, Rona, Caves of Koilos, and Eerie Soul Tender as the foil. What's super hot? The unhinged art? I mean, it's what I look like in the morning. Just like that. Oakley dokely. We have a zombie. This is a cool zombie art. I like this one. Zombie. Urtai Resurrected is the art. Oh, he cute. He got a lot of hands, and that's pretty cool, because, you know, you could do a lot when you got a lot of hands. Oh, I got a Pretty Plains, which I love, because I want to get all of these. Rob, are you saying that you agree? When you say I have no response to that, is that like a good thing or a bad thing? Gitu Amplifier. Wooded Ridgeline. Zombie! Deathbloom Gardener. Walking Bulwark. Coral Colony. Tatiova, Steward of Tides. Queen Alenal of Rudach. Garna, Blood Fist of Keld. Tori. Leyline Binding. It has Flash. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each basic land type among lands you control. When Leyline Binding enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until Leyline Binding leaves the battlefield. And a foil negate. Rob, I have no idea what you're talking about, honestly. I think it's the delay. Like, I don't know. Yeah, Donnie, that's what I was gonna say. Leyline Binding is good in 5-color decks. Not only that, I was gonna say actually that I think there's a lot in this set that is designed for multicolor decks. So a lot of those like for each basic land type you control, if you have multiple basic land types, you get bigger benefits. So a lot of these cards really lend themselves to multicolor, if not Wooburg decks. So if you play a lot of colors, or if you play Wooburg, this is really, really useful. There's a lot of useful cards for those. Like, and that's probably, like, if you're building a deck from this set, it's probably the the more colors you can get into it, the better. I don't think there's a Wooburg commander in this set. At least I haven't seen one yet. But if you can get a commander with like 3 colors in it, and build it from like using these kind of cards, you'll get a lot of value. All right. The art card, Balmor. It's a bird daddy. There's a couple zaddies, sorry, Greatest Virtue. I thought it was Donnie. There's a couple zaddies, but not as many. Not that many. Joda is in this. Wooburg? Sorry, I don't know. Mountain. Eerie Soul Tender. Samite Herbalist. Tangled Islet. Molten Monstrosity. Czar. Twinferno. Harloon Battle Hymn. Djinn of the Fountain. Najal. Joyra. Flowstone Kavu. And Imp's Taunt is the list card. That's pretty cool. Hey Adam, welcome in. I'm glad to see you. I haven't come across that bio. But if I see it, I will certainly let you know. I have a half a bag of pop chips below me, and I want them so bad, but I don't want to be crunching into the mic, and I don't want to like get like dust all over my cards. Catching up on correspondence. Okay. Wait. Sorry. Oakley dokley, back at it. Jaya, Fiery Negotiator, is the art card. She looks pretty badass. I'm not a good blonde, so I'll like never cosplay her, but this looks like a costume I would want to make. But I'm a really trash blonde. I make such an ugly blonde. It's so tragic. You need a historian's boon. I feel like I need a historian's boon, but I'll look. I do need a snack break, but like I can live. I can survive without it. I meant to put lands separately, but I'm a failure. Okay. Island. Bone Splinters. Shadow Prophecy. Jaya's Firenado. I think these are so funny. There was like a twin something. And now there's a Firenado. Clockwork Drawbridge. Braids Saga again. Raff, Weatherlight Stalwart. Relic of Legends. Another Tori. Rada. Vesuvian Diplomacy. I pulled a foil one in my pre-release, so this is my second Vesuvian. Blonde Ron is fucking hideous, so we won't be doing Blonde Ron anytime soon. And we have a foil Destroy Evil. Yeah, you do like sagas. It does sound like an evil twin, but like I am such an ugly blonde, like hideous. Like I mean, I probably, if I'm being like totally honest, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but like I probably in the right outfit could look like a Kardashian, and like depends how you feel about blonde Kim Kardashian. I'd probably look kind of similar, but I personally don't like the look on me. It feels like unnatural and like it washes me out. Like I have like a yellow tone in my skin, and I feel like when my hair's too yellow, it just makes me look like one color. Um so yeah, I don't know. I'm not a good blonde in my eye. Like I don't like the way it looks on me. Though if you've ever seen Kim Kardashian blonde, I'd probably look pretty similar to that vibe because we have very similar skin tone and features. Um, I just don't enjoy how it looks on me. Um, Red has become kind of a staple. I almost feel bad like getting rid of it, but it is a lot of upkeep. So I do think I will be changing it eventually. I'm probably going to go more purple. Even though purple is my least favorite color and I really don't like purple as a color, I think as a hair color, it'll look fine. So, I think I'm going to I think I'm going to probably go purple at some point, but I don't intend to go back to natural. I probably won't go blonde ever. Funny thing about jaundice. When I was a baby, I didn't like I didn't like yeah, so I don't know how it looks on you, but Rob suggested a poll and it says dye your hair blonde or don't. I I say don't. But when I was a baby, my mom was feeding me baby food and I refused to eat any of the green ones, and she would only feed me like the carrot ones and the banana ones, and I like started turning kind of yellow, like much like a flamingo turns pink because of what they eat. And she took me to the doctor because she thought I had jaundice, and the doctor was like, you need to stop feeding her like yellow foods. And she was like, well, she won't eat the green ones, and he was like, she'll eat it when she's hungry. So basically my doctor was like, because the 80s, my doctor was like, just feed, starve your baby, and when she's hungry she'll eat whatever. And then like it worked, of course, but like my mom was like, fine doctor, I'll just starve my baby. And because I looked like I had jaundice because I just only ate yellow things, and now I love corn. um I was anti-green from birth, basically. It's funny because I love vegetables now, and green vegetables are my favorite vegetables. Like I love broccoli and asparagus and spinach and things like that. But yes, I green from birth was wrong to me. Uh, we have It's wild that they're still doing Seb McKinnon art on new cards, new sets. I don't know how far in advance they hire artists to do work, and they've probably already paid the artists and all that stuff. So like I get there's an element of that, but I'm still really surprised that they have like Zeb McKinnon art on brand new release cards. Um so this is a Seb McKinnon swamp. Um Good job, Tawny. You're catching all the Pokemon. Look at you. Fucking Pokeballs full. Um This is a fancy new island, the stained glass island. Um, it's corn. I'm fucking obsessed with that song. It's permanently in my head, permanently. Flowstone infusion, geothermal bog, Phyrexian espionage, goblin picker, Raff, relic of lands, founding the third path. That's the blue saga. I don't think we've gone through this. It is You may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value 1 or 2 from your hand without paying its cost. Target player mills 4 cards. Exile target instant or sorcery from your graveyard, copy it, and cast the copy. Resolute Reinforcements. Elas Ilkor, Sadistic Pilgrim. I love an Orzhov. It's got Death Touch. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life, and whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. I kind of like this. Ratadrabic of Urborg and Citizen's Arrest foil. Yeah, the Pilgrim is lit. I'm pretty excited. What cat guy? Ajani? Ajani is complete? I want to make an all Ajani deck. I've been mind brewing it for a while. Shauna, Purifying Blade is the art card. She's kind of cool looking. Really tough. Forest. Lightning Strike. Floriferous Vine Wall. Gibbering Barricade. Shield Wall Sentinel. Founding the Third Path. Night of Dawn's Light. Night of Dusk's Shadow. Love Song of Night and Day. That sounds so pretty. You and target opponent each draw 2 cards. Create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Nice. The Cruelty of Gix. Meteorite. And Seagate Oracle. Oh, who did stuff? Hey, thanks for following. Welcome in. Thanks so much. Seagate Oracle, I guess, is the list card. What flavor tags? Tell me. Wookiee Jockstrap. I really love that. I feel like it would be massive. I am having a great evening. I hope you are enjoying yours as well. And welcome in, and thank you so much for following and chatting. Soldier Token. Denitha Benalia's Hope. Super pretty. I love the ladies on Magic cards. They're always so beautiful. Foil Island, Phyrexian Rager, Phyrexian Vivisector, Essence Scatter, Colossal Growth, Weatherseed Treaty, Queen Elenal, Yavimaya Iconoclast, Balmor, Rulikmans, Llanowar Loam Speaker, and Scout the Wilderness. Is this sorcery? Foil. I mean, hey, thank you so much for following. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you. The Wookiees have big ol' swinging dicks. I'm pretty sure of it. But, you just can't see it because it's under the fur. They retract like hamsters, you know, like hamsters have dicks, but you can't immediately see them. So like Wookiees are the same. But they've got big old swinging ones like fucking horses. They're in there. Logan, I know you didn't put a Twitter post in a chat, like there's a million people chatting. It's gonna scroll up. I'm gonna lose it. I'm never gonna see it again. You gotta send it to me somewhere else because I'm never gonna find that. Yeah, see, Wookiee Jockstrap knows what's up. It's under all the fur. They do not manscape for sure. Thank you, Logan. Rob, I'm not really sure if you can outswing a Wookiee. I have met Chewbacca many times, and if it's in proportion to his body size, I can tell you that it is probably a Wookiee dick is probably the length of like your whole arm. Safely. Pretty sure. Well, maybe not yours. Mine. I've got shorter arms. My arm. It's like, you know, when people do the dick joke where they like put their whole arm on the table, that's like it's based on Wookiee dick is what is happening. I'm gonna open this here beer. This here beer. I couldn't find the opener that I liked, so I'm struggling. But I got it. I did it. Chewy is packing for sure. Hey, Uncle Manaburn. Oregon. Do you say Oregon or Oregon? Is it Oregon or Oregon? Because the uncouth from New Jersey say Oregon. You know, like we say every single syllable. I'm doing great, thank you. Thank you for asking. Shannon Sleeper's Scourge. Oh, I was gonna say Ushi Beefy, but it's a man. I think. Forest. Charismatic Vanguard. Splatter Goblin. Splatter! Thrill of Possibility. Aggressive Sabotage. Mossbeard Ancient. Frost Fist Strider. Inscribed Tablet. Aaron. Tura. Sulphurous Springs. A Foil Raff. And Power Stone? The fuck is this? This mana can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell. Well, I'll allow it. Oregon. So you say Oregon? 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 That's crazy. Wait, yo-yo? Like, as in, like, a string, cat's cradle? That yo-yo? Oh, Adam, Karn does make them. I got it. Got you. You need a Sulphur Springs? Oh, look at it. I have one. Which full art are you looking for? I don't know how to say your name, but I hope it's Matits, cause I like talking about my tits. Adam, you say Oregon? Okay, I'm clicking on it. I know, like, I'm in the middle of a stream, but oh shit, like it's like legit yo-yos. What? No, but if that's not what you're going for, if that's not your name, then like what is it? Because I just want it to be Matits, but like if that's not it, correct me, please. Not a token. I didn't get any borderless lands. I've seen several people at my game shop get them today, and I'm bummed I didn't get them. All right, join forces. Ooh, cool. That's cool art. All right, we got a Plains. Banalish Faith Bonder. Impede Momentum. Tattered Apparition. Smash to Dust, Mossbeard Ancient, Frostfist Strider, Inscribed Tablet, Balmor Battle Mage Captain, Zar Ohajin Scion of Farava. Oh god, these names are hard to read. Quirion Beastcaller. This is a Dryad warrior, but Adam has got a bear. And Llanowar Stalker. What language do you speak? What language is it in? Rob, thank you. Thank you for saying so. I know. Adam, did you see the bear? Did you see? Oh, you're Brazilian? I don't speak Portuguese, but I have a Portuguese uncle and my family is from Spain. So, Gallego is very similar to Portuguese and like I can understand it. Though I know Brazilian Portuguese is a little bit of a different dialect, but yeah, Adam, this is the Korean beast collar. It's got a bear in it. It's green. Hey, Scott. Welcome in. The Bear is a good-ass show. Oh, I did get the Pride set, so I do have the bear escape cards, but I wanted like daddy bear tokens too. Um I did well. I know you were still at the shop probably, Scott, but I did well. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. But I'm not a good drafter and I don't have a lot of experience in it and I don't really have like know a technique like what people usually do when they draft. I just kind of like wing it and go. But I also don't really care about winning. Like I just want to see what the cards do. I want to have a good time. I want to play. Like I'm not there for like the fucking pat on the back. Like I'm just having a good time. Some people just care too much, and I feel like that makes it not fun. So, but I had a great time, and I did pretty well. I was like 50%. Like I won my first round. It was 4 rounds, so I won the first round 2-0, and then the second round I lost both. The third round I won my first game, and then, like a little bitch, my opponent went into his sideboard and swapped out like a fuck ton of cards and added in several cards that I had in my deck and then, like, used them because I had them. And that was a bitch move. So I won the first one and then lost the other two. Um, the the second one that I lost to 2-0 was somebody was playing life gain, and so for everything I was draining they were gaining it back, and it was really hard to just like drain them of all their life, so I didn't really have a response for it. I had some removal, but like there's nothing else I could do past that. And then in the fourth round I won, so I won the first game completely, lost the second game completely, won 1 out of 3 in the third game, and then won the fourth. So, wasn't too bad. Um, yeah, I had a lot of fun. Okay. Tala's Lookout is the art card. Fancy Forest, Juniper Order, Root Weaver, Vine Shaper Prodigy. Again, if anybody entered like super late, if there's something you want to look at closer or want me to read carefully or look at again, I'm happy to read it, but I'm just going through things because a lot of people have seen some of these cards and just want to see like the good shit pulled. So I'm going through it quickly, but if anybody wants to stop on something, I'm happy to do it. Yavimaya Sojourner, Bite Down, Nahal. Electrostatic Infantry. The red cards have the funnest names, I think. And that Phoenix chick was fucking hilarious. Slimefoot Survey. Raf. Tatiova. The Phasing of Zalfir. Aaron. Benalia's Ruin. Piers Whim. This is so fucking cute. I love a list card that makes me want to cry. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. I got some good list cards. Yeah, the list cards were fun. Piers Whim is fucking adorable, though. Aw, an ornithopter. That's the sound it makes, right? That makes sense. You hear it in your head, right? Zur, Eternal Schemer. That's a fun. Whoa, he got them toenails. He got him clip those baddies. Swamp. Snare Spinner. Bog Badger. Toxic Abomination. Flowstone Kavu. Elvish Hydromancer. Yohar. Urtai Scorn. Tura Kenrid Sky Knight. Sol Kanar the Tainted. That looks pretty cool. Logan, you were talking about building a new Grixis. I mean, this is pretty nasty, it looks like. It's an elemental demon at the beginning of your end step. Choose one that hasn't been chosen. Draw a card. Each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Solkanar deals 3 damage to up to 1 other target creature or planeswalker. Exile it and return it to the battlefield under an opponent's control. Yeah. I mean, the stained glass stuff is fucking crazy. It's so good. Chaotic Transformation and Blight Pile is the foil. What? What are you brother in Christing about? What happened, Robert? A foil silverback? What is that? Burb. I do like burbs. Oh. I'm glad you're excited. Let me know if there's anything you're especially excited about. Tura. Mountain. Destroy Evil. Haunting Figment. Citizen's Arrest. Artillery Blast. Battlewing Mystic. Coalition Sky Knight. Tura. Niall. Finally, the first time I got a full art land. Oh, it's like I'm almost done with the box. So many people pulled these in the fucking pre-release, and I didn't get a single one. I was getting jealous. Haughty Jin. And Nishoba Brawler is the foil. Yeah, totally pretty art. I love the art. Big green mythic gorilla. Okay, we'll see. Alright, we got a cat warrior, which is actually really pretty. I'm sorry that my glare is kind of like right in the middle. Cat warrior. Super pretty token. Braids art. Fun Mountain. Elfame Worm. Scout the Wilderness. Captain's Call. Hammerhand. Yoshia declares war. Combat research. Micromancer. I pulled a Blood Moon from the last set. Scott, I used to braid my hair crazy, like when I was in high school, but my hair's kind of short now. Too short for braids. Line Breaker Baloth. Baird. Danitha. And Academy Wall is the foil. This feels really thick. I'm not going to shave my head. I actually have shaved the sides, but I didn't like it. It was fine, but I didn't love it. It grew out. I have zero intention to shave my head unless I have cancer or unless somebody I really care about has cancer and I want to do it in solidarity. I don't think never I don't want to say never because maybe it'll become super trendy one day and I'll want to go for it, but at the moment I have no desire to shave my head. Soldier. I'm sure I have a good head shape though. I'm fine with my head shape, but I think my face shape also lends itself to like lots of different haircuts. Shadow Prophecy. Rob, you had cancer as a child. All children are whiny. Forest. Haunted Mire. Shore Up. Hexbane Tortoise. Tide Pool Turtle. Nile. Lagamos. Cult Conscript. Aaron. Voar. Leaf Crown Visionary. And Artillery Blast. What events did you have to go to? This is intriguing. I hate elves, Scott. I hate elves. You should know this. We have a monk token. Okay, but just because there are events doesn't mean you have to go to them. Joyra. Oh, that's really pretty. That's fun. Hate in my heart, Scott? There's hate in my heart? Why? For elves? Okay, I strongly dislike elves. How about that? Forest. Negate. Sacred Peaks. Metria's Outrider. Yavimaya Steel Crusher. He's not talking about the cancer patients. He's talking about the elves. Yoshia Declares War. Combat Research. Micromancer. Protect the Negotiator. Tatiova. The World Spell. And Czar. It's a foil. Phyrexian. Rith. Liberated Primeval. This is fun. Fun art. Island. Urborg. Not the one you're used to. Repossession. Scott is based as hell, But Scott also has never shared his opinions on cancer patients with me, so he's base as hell for other reasons. Thank you for not liking elves. Elves are fucking gross, wicked, disgusting creatures that I never want to play. Tribute to Urborg. Writhing Necromass. Sun. What am I kicking? I'm kicking something that I shouldn't be. I already felt it. I knew it. Sunbathing Rootwalla. Dragon Whelp. Balduvian Berserker. Elas Ill Sadistic Pilgrim. Bortuk Bone Rattle. Another Elas Ill, but a different art. Temporal Firestorm. And Phyrexian Warhorse is the foil. Rob, shut up about it. Lathril was my first precon, and I tried to learn on it, and I just found it really overwhelming, and I didn't understand how to work it, and I as a person who was new to Magic and like not really understanding the mechanics, it just was too overwhelming, and I didn't get it. And then I played a deck that I was a little bit more comfortable with and understood a lot faster. And then when I played against elves, even if I won, I still just didn't like playing against elves. I didn't enjoy the game. I didn't enjoy the deck. I wasn't like, yes, that's awesome. I love that it did that. Like, I never liked playing against elves. So yeah. I don't know. It just never was my thing. I never enjoyed it. Um Soldier token. We have a plains. Swamp. Keldon Strike Team. Heroic Charge. Argivian Cavalier. A tribe that I like, Angels. Take up the shield. Yeah, I love mono white. I kind of like humans too, which I didn't think I would, but I do. Runic Shot. Spurn of Turg. Pilfer. Tail Swipe. Rada. Carpulson Forest and Stall for Time is the foil. Yeah, they're too small unless you're making like infinite tokens or something like that, or a fuck ton of tokens. I just don't like elf decks. I want to build a Turg deck so bad, but I want it to be the dumbest. I want it to be like really like Turg, you know? We'll have a Turg off for sure. Let's go. Alright. Oh, Turg. Alright, so this is Turg. Spurn of Turg. But I'll show you the card that I really like. It's a frog card, so you'll appreciate it. Scott, tell him about the Gitrog. Tell him about the Gitrog. Go on, tell him. This is your time to shine. So this is Spurn of Turg. And what he does is, Urgspurn of Turg's power is equal to the number of land cards in your graveyard. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library, and you may put that card into your graveyard. You can pay a black and a green to sacrifice a land and gain 2 life. And I really just want to build him as a commander with like 99 lands and just fuck around. You know? And like removal. Yeah, you are correct, Amber. Gitrog is a commander that people don't usually want to play against. And Scott has something to say about that, don't you, Scott? Yeah. Scott made a like the Gitrog deck apparently. Um he runs my LGS. So I'm in good hands, but I'm very defiant, so I never listen to the advice of people who know better than me. um Ivy, gleeful spell thief. How pretty. Plains, Banalish Sleeper, Flowstone Infusion, Geothermal Bog, Vanquisher's Axe, Runic Shot, Baird, Resolute Reinforcements, the Weatherseed Treaty, Najal, Defiler of Instinct, Aggressive Sabotage, and Stonehaven Pilgrim is the list card. I'm impressed by that, Scott. I want to see more of the stuff that you've written because, like, you're too modest about it, I feel. I think you should say more than you do about it. Okay. Dragon Whelp. Ah! How cute is that? Oh my gosh! Look at him. He's so cute. Alright, Plains. Phyrexian Warhorse. Radiant Grove. Barkweave Crusher. Gaia's Might. This is a very green set pack. Is this Tear Asunder? Because I was almost like Tear. And I'm like, I can't read. Cleaving Skyrider. Prayers of Binding. Vohar. Cosmic Epiphany. Stronghold Arena. And Shalai's Acolyte is the foil. What do you want painted on your wall, Amber? Which one? This Plains? Four packs left. I'm horribly slow at opening. It's because I get distracted and I talk and I tell stories. So I can't get through a fucking unboxing for a long time. Alright, Vodalian Mindsinger. Right? Mindsinger. Yep. Look at. It's a mermaid riding a dino thing. Swamp. Mesa Cavalier, Sunlit Marsh, Viashino Branch Rider, Magnagoth Sentry, Bortuk Bone Rattle, Shali's Acolyte, Strength of the Coalition, Wingmantle Chaplain, Czar, whoop, separating those legendaries, Vodalian Mindsinger, Mossbeard Ancient, and Urabrask the Hidden. I got a bunch of these in another set. I think it was Commander Legends, maybe? I don't remember when they had the list on it. Oh, thanks. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. I really love unboxing. So, it'll be a little different on Monday because I'm not really unboxing so much as I am like just opening packs and like building from them. So, it'll be a little bit different on Monday, but I hope you'll watch and stick around and see what I pull anyway, even though I'll probably be talking about it less. This is my first stained glass foil, though. It's a mountain. Twinferno. This is the art for Twinferno. Phyrexian Espionage. Phyrexian Rager. Phyrexian Vivisector. Goblin Picker. I did pull a Power Stone. It is here. I pulled it early on, actually. Here. See? Just the one so far, though. Queen Elenal. You have a My Iconoclast. Line Breaker Baloth. Hot. Hot. Tori. This is the first time I'm seeing the Maria stained glass art. Anointed Peacekeeper. And Vanquisher's X foil. Oh man, the full art lands, the duels are like evasive. I've only pulled the one out of like a pre-release kit and this whole box. Jaya is the art card. It's not focusing. There she is. Mountain, Battlefly Swarm, Broken Wings, Soaring Drake, Crystal Grotto. When it enters the battlefield, scry 1, adds a colorless, or tap 1 to add a color of mana of any color. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy the lands as singles as well. Yeah, Magali is fucking amazing. She's one of my favorites for sure. I will if you can get an altar artist, Scott, to put me on all the lands, I'm happy to I'm happy to do that. Oh yeah. Thanks, Logan. When you buy your singles, use my TCG player link. There it is. Right there. Phyrexian Missionary. Balduvian Atrocity. Cut Down. Destroy target creature with total power and toughness 5 or less. Rona. Weird choice, naming her Rona. Tyrannical Pit Lord. Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief. A foil Broken Wings. And a Badger. Yeah, that's a good idea. They're really, like, they trend really high at first, and then they kind of die down a little bit after. All right, we're on our last pack, and then I'm going to sort. So, Battlewing Mystic. Forest. Griffin Protector. Volsha Tide Turner. Tolarian Geyser. Stall for Time. Rona's Vortex. Joda's Codex. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Sengir Connoisseur. It's a vampire. She thick too. Territorial Marrow. Baird. Plaza of Heroes. Phyrexian Missionary. And a soldier. Alright, so overall it wasn't too bad. I've got to sort this pile now. I only separated out the legendaries just to kind of decide what commander I might want to build from this set. I'll probably do that on stream at some point. Oh, thanks, Bobby, so much. I really appreciate it. I love you so much. I don't know if there's anybody to raid at this time. It is almost 4 a.m. So I've probably got to go to sleep soon. And, but I thank you so much. It looks like it says there's like 17 people in here. So I really incredibly appreciate like so many of you sticking around at this crazy late hour. I was going to do a deck tech, but time got away from me. But what I will do is I'm going to put in the chat a link to my Mox field. I have to cut 10 cards in this deck, and I'm really struggling with it. So if anybody wants to take a look at that list and leave me a comment on my Mox field of which cards you would want to take out, or leave me a comment on my Twitter or anything like that, that would be super great. I normally raid, but I don't see anybody on that I follow. I don't know if there's anybody on that I don't follow playing right now. So I'm not gonna raid anybody. But thank you so much for everybody hanging out. I will be on at some point again, probably in the weekend, and if not, then I'll definitely see you on Monday, where I will open a box of Dominaria and attempt to build a successful commander deck with it and play against my friends. So come watch that. I'll post about it. And I love you all. Thank you so much for the hype train and the raids and the good, solid, good fun. I'd love to hear from you. So let's chat soon. Yeah, thank you. You're amazing. Have a good night or a good day if it's daytime where you are. And I will see you all soon.